Episode number 181.
I see entrepreneurs like thinking it's a superhero badge to work 60 hours a week or 70 or 80 or whatever. And I think it's silly. Your job isn't to be a superhero worker. Your job is to raise the next generation.
Welcome to the Be Real Show with Travis Too Tall and Huff, where we talk about life, dreams, social media, and business.
Well, hello and welcome to the Be Real Show with Travis Too Tall and Huff. Folks, I'm fired up today. And hopefully after this call, we're going to get you closer to that 4-hour work week with my man and our featured guest today, Jonas. John, are you ready to be real?
I am ready to be real.
Bringing the fuego. My man is the creator of OnlineJobs.ph, the world's largest website for finding Filipino virtual assistants. And John is an entrepreneur who is not just dreaming of changing lives, but the man is actually changing lives. He's actually doing it. He is helping, transform, hopefully, people's work week so they're not working so much, and also obviously helping provide jobs to another country where, the labor force is, I'm sure, large, and they are able to do a lot of the same tasks that we can out here. And John has helped over thousands. He's actually helped not hundreds, but thousands of entrepreneurs succeed in their business by outsourcing different tasks. And also OnlineJobs.ph has over 500,000 Filipino resumes and over 100,000 employers from around the world using my man. So you've built something special, my man. And you work only about 17 hours, it says here. So my man's, he's figured it out. He's working around 17 hours. And with the other time you like to spend with family rather than working, right? Which is what, I guess that's the dream for all of us. So pleasure to have you on the show today. How's your day going today, my man?
Really great. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I spent the morning riding bikes with my kids. So,
ooh, how many kids do you have?
I have 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
What ages? What ages are they?
I have 16, 14, 12, and 8 and 6.
That's awesome, my man. So you've really created a lifestyle where you can be present in their lives. Obviously, with the beauty of the internet, you can now still run your business and not have to be in the Philippines, obviously, to run this kind of stuff, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's really good.
That is awesome, my man. So what gave you this idea? What gave you the idea? Like where was the spark of, creativity or inspiration to create such a business?
So it wasn't really like a spark of creativity or inspiration. It was a need. Like I started hiring people in the Philippines. I had a reference from someone, and I had an odd reference from someone saying, like, go to the Philippines rather than anywhere else. And I was like, that's super weird. But it kind of gave me hope that I might find a different experience in outsourcing than I was previously having.
Right.
Which was awesome. The hope was awesome. So he gave me a reference where I could hire someone. I hired someone full-time. It completely changed my life. Like, that was the most liberating experience I'd ever had. I had this guy whose full-time job was to do anything I asked him to do.
Wow.
And I was paying the agency like $750 a month.
Wow.
So full time, $750 a month. It was amazing.
I
didn't know they were paying him $250 a month.
Right. That's crazy.
Yeah. Right. So
they were making a ton of money. The agency involved was making a ton of money then.
Yeah.
I mean, they're making 2 times what he's making.
Right. And that's how all agencies outsourcing agencies are. They're gonna triple the salary of the person, triple or more.
Got you.
Which is fine, whatever. Anyway, after a couple of times of using the agency, I was like, dude, I just want to recruit on my own. You know, like nothing like that existed. And at this point, I had a bunch of people asking me to teach them how I was hiring people and why, and I had people asking me to teach their audiences, and so I was like, dude, we got to have a better way to find these people. And I think we can maybe create a marketplace where we can find them. And I was hoping that maybe we could get a couple hundred Filipino resumes in it so that I could recruit myself, right?
Right. So you're just using it for your own purposes first there.
Right. We had a couple hundred in the first month.
Wow.
And today there's like 20,000 join every month.
Wow, John. Yeah. And so these folks are filling out their resumes so they can become applicants for a job.
Yeah, I mean, they come onto the site and fill out, and then they apply to jobs. And I mean, we don't have accurate numbers, but based on my estimates, we're probably about 200,000 jobs over the last 10 years.
Wow.
In the Philippines.
Wow. And what are the most popular types of jobs that people ask for right now? I mean, what are the top things that people are using?
So the most common thing is a virtual assistant,
right?
Like just a general virtual assistant, or at least that's what people search for on OnlineJobs.ph. But outside of that, man, anything that can be done online or on a computer is done. So, I mean, the most popular would be like building a WordPress website or a graphic design or social media management or programming or like data entry or admin work or telemarketing or, I mean,
pretty much everything. You're listening to everything.
Yeah, like helping with my Amazon store or e-commerce maintenance or customer support or like literally anything that is done on a computer in a business, people are hiring people in the Philippines to do it.
Wow. Are you seeing that? It's probably even becoming a bigger and bigger trend too now, as obviously since 2009 when businesses really were hit with the recession and it caused us all to be more efficient with our dollars.
Yeah. Like the recession didn't hit our business.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. That's what, like my business, I started my business in 2009.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that
that's when we launched OnlineJobs.ph was 2009.
Yeah. You hit it at the right time, my man.
Yeah, it's been good.
Do you see it going to other countries or just only specifically right now focus on the Philippines?
So there's a set of cultural differences in the Philippines that exist that kind of doesn't exist anywhere else in the world.
Mm-hmm. What are those?
So there's a bunch of things. One, so they're honest, like honest to the point where my people in the Philippines have my credit card, they have my bank account information, they have access to my personal email. They like, don't go do something that you're not comfortable with and get yourself ripped off. But I've helped hundreds of thousands of jobs happen, right?
Right.
I've seen so few times where a worker in the Philippines stole something from an employer. And almost every one of those times, it was because the employer tried to get him to do work and not pay him. So honesty is a big deal. Number two, loyalty is like they're so loyal, it's almost a fault of theirs. Where once you hire someone, as long as you treat them well and they feel safe with you, they'll never quit working for you.
Wow.
Which means you can do all kinds of stuff that you wouldn't do with a contract worker, with an hourly worker, with a local $15 an hour worker. Like you don't have to create standard operating procedures because you can teach them, you can mess up your teaching, and then you can fix it because they're still going to work for you in 10 years. Right.
Wow.
As long as you treat them well. Obviously, there's caveats to all these things, but
it's not like the American worker right now. Everyone's, flipping from here to this to that. I mean, a big problem in our industry at social media is that people get burned out and then they leave.
Yeah, it's so different, man. Like the first person I ever hired 15 years ago still works for me today.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. So
honesty and loyalty are the two key components, obviously, in any good team member, anyone that's working for you. So those are huge.
Right. It's a really big deal. So like in the Philippines, they're hardworking. They're pleasing by nature. Like they want to make people happy. They speak American English. That's a big deal. And they're not entrepreneurial. So like they don't want to steal your business. They don't want to steal your domain. They don't want to steal your idea. They just want a job. Like it's a third world country, and it's full-time jobs are hard to come by. And so when you give them a full-time job that pays them well, and they just want to make you happy. They'll go above and beyond what you ask them to often, just to like make you happy.
Keep the job.
Yeah, to keep their job, right?
Which is what we all used to do back in the day, but now things have changed. It's like, what have you done for me? It's like, come on, kids.
Yeah, right.
They're coming out of college thinking they're just going to automatically get $60,000, a year jobs.
Right.
Unless you're a programmer, unless you're like, programming or top of sales or something, you're not going to get that kind of stuff most likely.
Yeah. So it's really good, and it's different than, the world kind of woke up to it 10 years ago and has started changing their outsourcing from other places to the Philippines.
Yeah, I think that's huge because, like you said, those are so critical. And when you're thinking about taking a job and putting it overseas, is just the trust, the honesty, making sure that you train this person, and all of a sudden you're now working with another person in 2 weeks or a year or 6 months. That's a huge process. Just turnover of training.
Yeah, turnover is the worst, right?
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Oh my God, yes.
And I kind of stumbled into this situation. I mean, I had no idea. I had no idea that they were going to be so loyal. I stumbled into this, like, my turnover rate is like per year 0%.
Wow, that's insane.
Yeah.
So how do you guys as a business then make money? You guys are making money on like as the listings or things like that with the different employers?
Yeah. So I mean, we're approaching a million workers, and they join for free.
Right.
And so employers pay to access the database.
Gotcha.
Basically. Like, you post a job, workers apply to your job. You can post a job for free. Workers apply to your job. You can see their job applications for free. You just don't get their contact info.
Gotcha.
And then contact info.
That's smart, dude. It's very smart.
So,
and you're in the middle, so you don't have to do any of the work yourself.
Yeah, and then we step out of the middle. Like, this is one of the things that I hated about other ways of finding people, was like, I don't want to pay your markup salary.
Right.
We don't. Right. We're not involved. Like, you pay them however you want to pay them, whatever salary you agree with them, and you communicate it. Like, every application we send directly to your email, so you're already outside of our system.
Right.
As soon as you communicate with the person.
That's very honest too. That's on your side. That's really legit a way of doing it.
Yeah. So, like, they get what they want. They get the pay that they want. You get the pay that they want. It's a great situation.
And you guys are scaling like crazy, man. So it sounds like you guys are doing big things. I'm looking forward to, and hopefully even like myself, more business owners looking to find different tasks, maybe give, someone a shot in the Philippines and see how it works out. I mean, just give them a shot. Like you tried yourself with just find your very first one, and now it's turned into a whole business for you.
Yeah. I mean, I started with one, and I have 26 full-time people in the Philippines today.
That's awesome, brother.
Yeah.
And what's your next biggest goal right now? What's your next big thing you got on your docket?
I'm still just working on scaling.
Yeah.
Like, just working on finding more efficient ways of marketing, better ways of helping people understand and get prepared. It's an interesting thing, like, I've run a lot of businesses, like selling products, selling the information, affiliate marketing, whatever.
Right.
And this is the only one that the conversion cycle is super, super long.
Yeah.
Because we're not asking you to buy something. We're asking you to hire a human.
Right.
Like, that's...
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's a big deal, right?
Right. Absolutely. And it could probably pay out for a lot longer too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like,
for the people that, find value in it. Like, if you found someone, like you said, you've had someone for 15 years. I mean, that's huge.
Right. And what we find is that once you have looked at some profiles on OnlineJobs.ph, you're going to come back to the site. Just is what it is.
Right.
And then if you've hired someone once, you're going to hire someone again.
Right. So it's a recurring deal. Or tell a friend, then they tell a buddy, hey man, I've been, entrepreneurs usually stick around together, or business owners stick around together. So obviously if someone's having success with it, your next biggest, opportunity is to get those guys to refer.
Right.
Say, hey buddy, I'm having great success with this. Tell a friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get your next job resume for free. I'm just coming up with a promo for you right now. Get your next job resume for free if you tell a friend. I can track it all.
Sweet.
My man, that's really cool. I love that you've developed something, and then also you've created. What other fun things you like to do with your family? Or you like to ride bikes? What else do you like to do?
Yeah, so my kids are competing, like racing mountain bikes.
Oh wow!
On a national level, that's super fun.
That's awesome.
So we do a lot of stuff out. I mean, like, we ski, we ride, we run. We spent time in Yellowstone this summer. We spent time at Lake Powell this summer. I'm just heading with my son this week. My son is super entrepreneurial.
Oh, really?
Like, super entrepreneurial. And
we're good. The bug, like Pops. He's got the Pops bug.
Yes. Like, he's been running his own businesses since he was 11. Like,
wow.
importing motorcycles from China and selling
Holy
them.
shit.
Right?
Wow. Hey, folks, this is the future 11-year-old. Don't be worried about our future, folks. That's awesome. Wow.
It's good. So
that's fun to see, isn't it?
It's super fun. It's sometimes it's tiring just because like I want him to succeed, and so it takes me.
Right.
You know, like I have to help him.
Right.
And it's hard to run multiple businesses.
Yeah.
Where you're putting your effort into one, and then you have to switch your brain and your mental energy to another one to help him. Right. But it's been so good for him. So
however it turns out, it's going to be a win. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. He'll never struggle for money.
Right. Because, he's going to always know how to make money because he's figured out ways right now at 11 years old how to buy motorcycles from China and resell them. I mean, there's a million different other products you could probably resell too. So that's awesome, man. And that's the truth is like it's all just a search on YouTube and Google away, folks, from finding something and then obviously sticking to it, because I think the biggest thing with the future is you can't do everything. It's like you guys aren't trying to tackle every country. You figured out the Philippines really works because the honesty and loyalty outweigh everything. You go into a different country and then you got other problems. You go into Russia, India, some of these other countries, man, you got to worry. You can't just be giving them your identity.
Right.
You know what I mean,
right.
there's some weird things going on.
Right.
So yeah, I think that, like you said, you focus on really one place or one, audience or community, and then you really, flourishes more than trying to do everything, trying to be this, trying to be that.
Deal. So, I mean, I like you see this shiny object syndrome. People like, oh, I think that's better over there.
Right.
It's not, right? Like you gotta stick with something.
You gotta stick it.
The longer you stick with something and push through the humps.
Right. Yeah. Push through the lulls, push through the down days, push through the scaling problems.
Chances of success. Yeah.
Totally, dude. And maybe it's just, it's not, I'm not worried about the future generations, but for one thing for sure is just, they need to know patience is okay. I mean, I think being a parent now, I'm a new dad, that teaches you patience. Big time. Right. I mean, you got to be patient with these kids sometimes.
Yeah, totally.
And as an entrepreneur going into that, I think that's a real big thing. So, but man, we're about to take you now into our top 10. Are you ready?
Yep.
Apple or Android?
Apple.
Netflix or YouTube?
I don't really watch much TV.
Yeah. Instagram or Facebook?
I do not do social media.
Do you have your team doing social for you?
Yes. So they do all of our, like we have hundreds of thousands of followers on Facebook and I've never made a single post.
Right.
And I just see social media is so toxic for kids that I deleted it from my phone. And
yeah, I know it's tough for me even being in the business. I find myself quite often having to detach from it and keep that separation. As you don't want to. If you start a great business, you don't want to just throw it out the window,
Yeah, right. No.
But it's like one of those things where it's like, but you still don't personally have to be on it all the time. So you do choose when you want to spend your time. Right. Chicken, steak, or fish?
Fish.
Oh yeah. Any favorite kind of fishes out there that you like to?
Yeah. Dang. I have significant mercury poisoning, and a lot of it comes from tuna.
Oh, yes.
I eat a ton of.
Yes. Would you eat it like raw, like in a sushi style, or do you have cook it?
Everything. I was eating a lot of fish, and I've since stopped, but I it's still my choice, just not tuna anymore. Right. Not tuna or swordfish.
Yeah, I know those are the highest ones with mercury.
High mercury content. Yeah.
It's hard not to though sometimes because there's so many different ways to eat fish. It's like,
it's hard, man.
And it's healthy. It's so healthy for you.
Yeah, sushi is my go-to.
Yeah, so. Especially when the advent of sushi, man. It's like those places are. It's amazing how many sushi spots there are nowadays.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Laptops or smartphone? That one's hard too.
Yeah, I mean, I do most of my good work on a laptop.
Yeah, me too.
On a laptop, sitting connected to an external monitor and a full keyboard at my desk.
Right. Yeah, that's when you can just hammer out work.
Right.
Smartphone's just like perfect for maintenance, getting through emails, or doing light touch point stuff.
That's exactly how I feel.
Yeah. Spotify or Pandora?
I use Apple Music.
Oh, okay. Reading books or listening to books?
I read. I like the physical eyes
book.
moving. Yeah.
There's something to that, right? And it's a skill.
Yeah.
Reading is a skill. Being able to
read it is. Yeah.
Especially reading in public. That's a hard one.
Yeah.
Reading in public is a skill. Sometimes that can throw someone for a whole whirl. Stocks or real estate?
I have both.
Both, yeah. Why not? What about crypto? You think anything with crypto? Are people sending payments to the Philippines in crypto for some of their services?
I'm sure that's happening, but I think it's super rare. I have some. Boy, I would love to see crypto being more common, but the value of crypto right now is people hoping that it's valuable.
Right.
Speculation. That's a disaster.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I think what payment processor are they using to send money? Do you know?
I don't know. No, I don't know. I'm sure it's happening, but I don't know of anybody doing it.
Yeah. I was just wondering, like, how do typically people pay for services if you were paying someone an assistant in the Philippines?
It's so easy, like PayPal.
Oh, okay. Okay.
OnlineJobs.ph, we have Easy Pay.
Got you. So any of those providers. Got you. Yeah, PayPal, obviously, that's a very legit source. Oceans or lakes?
Man, I grew up in Los Angeles at the beach, and so I love the ocean, but right now I love the lakes. So both. I mean, we have a boat and we go out boating, and I love it.
There's nothing like a lake too with boat. Different vibe.
Yeah, totally different, right?
Different vibe. Fun though. Fun. Both are very fun. When you wake up in the morning and you're getting ready, you're putting on your outfit, or you're just getting ready for hang out with the kids. Why do you love being you?
Man, I have a good life. Like,
hey, you sound like you've created a great life.
Yeah,
great life.
It's really good. I do what I mean, I love my work, but I love not working more too. Like I love spending time with my kids.
Having quality time, exercising.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And being present in your kids' lives.
Yeah, that's such a big deal to be.
A lot of entrepreneurs they compromise that.
Yeah, I see entrepreneurs like thinking it's a superhero badge to work 60 hours a week or 70 or 80 or whatever, and I think it's silly. Like your job isn't to be a superhero worker. Your job is to raise the next generation.
Right.
Like do a good job of raising the next generation instead of pretending you're a hero for overworking yourself. Yeah,
and a lot of those people that are working 60 hours, you could say, how are they really working 60? Are they half bullshit, half on, spending time on this and that? If you really track their time, you know what I mean, right?
Totally.
Like Elon Musk, he's working 60. He's working 120, maybe. He's working whatever. He's doing like 8 different companies successfully. So different. But if you're just managing your emails and doing this and that, running a business, you're probably working 60 hours of inefficiency in there.
Yeah,
some inefficiency.
That's one of the things that I'm like super efficient at my computer. There's no YouTube. There's no social media. There's no Facebook at my computer. Nothing happens except for getting crap done.
Get that shit done, baby. Get that thing done.
Yeah.
If you visualize retirement right now, where would you want to retire?
Like where in the world? Or
where in the world? Where in the world? It's just an interesting question.
I mean, I've been retired for like 10 years.
Yeah, so you're already doing it.
I mean, I'm not retired because I work. I mean, it's summertime. It's summertime here right now, dude. If I can get in 15 hours of work in a week, that's so freaking awesome.
Yes.
It's not happening. So I live in Utah, and I love it here. I love it.
Yeah, so Utah. So those that haven't been, is there any cool places in Utah for them to check out?
Man.
Any of your faves, little spots?
The mountains are amazing.
The mountains, yes.
Amazing. Southern Utah is amazing. The national parks or Lake Powell or some of the slot canyons. Moab is amazing. Yeah.
You know what I'm fascinated with? How many entrepreneurs and huge companies develop out of Utah.
so much,
dude. It's insane. All these multi-level marketing companies. I mean, a ton of different verticals. Software companies. Nuvie was one of my companies. All these different software companies, these different tech companies, these different salespeople. It's just so interesting. Utah, man. There's something with Utah. Very interesting. Is there a skill you're wanting to master? Is there something you're working at in your day to master? A new skill, maybe?
Yeah, I'm trying to master patience.
Ooh,
like you said, patience with my kids. I'm trying to master humility, trying to be humble. In work, yeah, I have a couple things. I'm good friends with Russell Brunson.
Oh wow, nice. Yeah, ClickFunnels.
Yeah, and every time we get together, he's in Idaho and I'm in Utah, but every time we get together, we're both like, dang, I should be more like him.
Yeah, he's right.
I would love to get better at creating offers and selling.
Right, the funnels, the whole. That's good, man. Hey, it's good to always push yourself out of your comfort zone beyond where you want. I mean, because that only can 10x your business if you could figure out a right funnel, right?
Right.
You can figure out the right funnel, and you could just take your, 200,000 businesses to maybe 1 million businesses using. I mean, you never know.
Yeah,
it could happen. Right. Everything's possible. The world is built full of abundance, as you've already experienced.
Yeah.
So be real right now for dinner. If you could take anyone out to a not mercury fish, but another type of fish dinner with anyone in the world, who would it be?
Ooh. So I'm a religious man, and
sure.
I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and I'd love to have dinner with the president of the church. He's amazing.
That's awesome.
That'd be so sweet.
We need to make that happen. Is he on social media anywhere or no?
I'm sure he is, but I am not. So,
but you're not. Well, we're gonna find a way to get your name in his ear. Well, we never know. A little birdie told us.
Yeah, he's a busy dude. That's okay.
Right. Well, so are you.
Yeah.
So are you, my man. What is a book? What is the one book that has changed your life?
There's been a number. I mean, just mentioning religion, the Book of Mormon, obviously has been a huge one. Early on, there was a couple things. So out of college, I had a job for 8 months. And my only goal while I had that job was to quit. I graduated from college in computer science. I was doing programming. I was a programmer for this job. And I'm just not a good employee. The incentive system as an employee doesn't work very well with me.
Right.
And I had read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and I had read The Millionaire Next Door.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And I had tried really hard to do things like they talked about. And so when it came time to quit my job, I had no debt. I had a little bit of income, but there was no reason to not quit and take the opportunity that I had. And I would say a large part of that was due to what I had read in those two books.
Yeah. So. Taking that shot, huh? Taking that shot and the chance.
Yeah, right. I mean, and taking that was everything. That changed my life.
Yep.
So
take your shots, folks. Don't let life slide by.
Yeah.
If you're working a regular
debt prevents so many people from taking so many chances.
Oh yeah, exactly. Lifestyle debt. Because you just bought a new purse and some new shoes. Now you're $1,000 in debt, and now you're having to work harder.
Right.
And it's on a credit card. You're paying $200 interest on that. So you're
right.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, debt is, I think, probably one of the biggest reasons why our jails are full, because people are in debt. So they are in a situation of need, whether they need to get their drugs, they need to get their whatever. So then they go do dumb stuff, A lot of the petty stuff, but fortunately it's just because they don't know how to manage their money. They probably could do drugs responsibly if they knew how to manage their debt.
If drugs allowed for that.
Yeah, well, yeah, obviously that too.
Right.
That too,
right.
Obviously.
Debt is a big deal. So as an entrepreneur, if you can stay completely out of debt, like no car payment.
Right.
No mortgage.
Right.
No credit cards, no furniture.
Don't get fancy office. Go look at Amazon's office when they first started.
Yeah. Nothing. No debt.
Nothing. That's fabulous, dude. That's so true. I think that's a very great point. Can you give our listeners one last real talk thought, my man?
Yeah, for me, the thing that really changed my life was like when I hired that first person. It was like I got the help that I needed in my business, and that was such a big deal to me. And it took me 2 months. It took me 2 months to take the leap. Once I had learned about it and heard, and that's really the key. Like, take a leap and see if you can get something done. See if you can get something off of your plate and get someone else to do something for you. Because it's so affordable once you know a little bit. Like, dang, I've seen it change thousands of people's lives. So that's the last thing, was like, to take a leap.
Hey, you're speaking to the boss right here, man. I'm thinking I need to take a leap too. I'm putting a note here. Take a leap, baby, because I'm even thinking about myself, just like, why not? Let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. Right. OnlineJobs.ph. Folks, you've been hanging out with Travis Too Tall and Huff and Jonas. I want to thank you for your time today, and let's keep being real. What another epic episode. And if you enjoyed the episode today, can you please do me a favor and subscribe to our podcast, The Be Real Show, on iTunes or your favorite podcast platform, and also take a little time today, if you don't mind, and give your boy T Huff a review. I would really super appreciate it, and thank you so much for listening today.